Since childhood, they tried to stop you. But why? Have you ever noticed that your life has always been harder than others? That things never came easy for you? This wasn't a mistake, nor bad luck. It happened because you are chosen, and the world always tries to silence those who carry a mission. What you went through was not by chance. Every pain, every rejection, every obstacle was part of a greater training. But the question is, have you realized this yet? Or are you still trapped, thinking your struggle was in vain? Few people talk about this, but there is a spiritual battle happening all the time. Those who carry a special light, who were born to transform realities, have always faced resistance. Since early on, they tried to weaken you, make you doubt yourself, trap you in cycles of suffering. But the game changes when you understand what is really happening. When you awaken to your mission, you realize you were never alone, and that a greater force has been guiding your every step. And here's the point: most people never wake up. Many go through their entire lives without understanding the purpose behind the challenges they faced. But if you've made it this far, it wasn't by accident. You feel that something inside you has always called you to something greater. So, the question I ask you is, are you ready to understand the truth and step into your role? Comment below. Have you ever felt that your life was harder than others? Have you been through situations that seemed unfair, but now realize they made you stronger? I want to hear your story. From an early age, the chosen ones realize that their journey is not like other children's. While many experience a peaceful childhood filled with protection and security, they face challenges that seem too great for their age. Family problems, rejection, a sense of not belonging, all of this can be overwhelming, but it is never without purpose. Each of these experiences hides a greater meaning, strengthening the soul for what is to come. Many, not understanding the reason for so much suffering, wonder if something is wrong with them. But the truth is that these difficulties are the first signs of a grand mission. Challenges do not arise without reason. They shape, teach, and prepare us for something much greater than the human eye can see. Since childhood, the chosen ones are tested to develop resilience and perception beyond the ordinary. A hostile environment, a dysfunctional home, or even the constant feeling of being different serve as spiritual training. This is because those who carry a special light must be refined from an early age, facing pains that others would never understand. They are like warriors in training, who, even without realizing it, are already being prepared for an invisible battle. And this battle begins early, because the light of the chosen ones disturbs the shadows. People around them may act with envy, aggression, or even contempt for no apparent reason. Isolation in childhood, bullying, or lack of support can be ways this spiritual war manifests. These are tests that, when faced with understanding, become stepping stones for extraordinary growth. After all, those who learn to survive the storm as children become unshakable as adults. Every rejection, every tear, and every moment of solitude are like hidden codes that prepare the spirit for its true mission. And that is exactly what sets the chosen ones apart from the rest. While many succumb to difficulties, they become stronger, wiser, and more connected to their purpose. A difficult childhood is not a curse, but a call to awakening. Few understand this at first, but those who see beyond the pain realize they were being trained for something much greater. The question is, can everyone withstand the weight of this preparation? From an early age, the chosen ones carry a light that cannot be ignored. There is something about them that draws attention, provokes reactions, and often stirs conflicting emotions in those around them. This unique energy does not come only from their personality, but from the purpose they carry. They are individuals born to make an impact, to transform realities, and to guide others along the path of evolution. However, this same light also attracts forces that seek to divert them, clouding their perception and making them doubt their very essence. The intensity of the chosen one's energy can make them feel out of place. Since childhood, they notice that their thoughts, feelings, and dreams do not fit within common patterns. While some seek mere acceptance, they yearn for something greater, a deep meaning to existence. This inner restlessness is not a mistake, but a calling. The problem is that many spend years trying to silence this voice, ignoring the signs the universe places in their path. Moreover, it is not just people who sense this difference. The world itself responds. Envy, resistance, and seemingly inexplicable hardships arise as barriers, not to destroy them, but to test them. The mission of a chosen one is never easy because it demands that they discover and embrace their own strength. Those who do not understand this dynamic may feel lost, seeing themselves as victims of circumstances rather than recognizing challenges as part of the process of building their greatness. But those who understand their purpose become unstoppable. When they embrace their mission and learn to channel their energy, they begin to attract the right people, the ideal opportunities, and an unshakable clarity about their path. What once seemed like a curse transforms into a powerful gift. But are all truly ready to face the real battle that follows this awakening? Most people view challenges as mere coincidences or strokes of bad luck. But the chosen ones know there is something greater behind it all. What many fail to realize is that there is an invisible spiritual battle happening at all times. This war is not fought with physical weapons, but with energy, thoughts, and intentions. Dark forces attempt to dim the light of those with a grand purpose, and they do so in subtle ways, through discouragement, fear, doubt, and even people who appear as obstacles along the way. The chosen ones are targets because they carry a mission to awaken others, and that is unsettling. When someone begins to shine, opposing forces move to hinder their growth. Have you noticed how, when you decide to change your life, unexpected difficulties arise? Or how certain people seem to appear out of nowhere just to distract you from your path? This is not mere coincidence. It is spiritual resistance. The world does not want the chosen ones to become aware of their power. That is why distractions, frustrations, and even direct attacks emerge to test their determination. And this war takes place both inside and out. Many times the greatest enemy is not out there but within the mind itself. Doubt, self-sabotage, the feeling of not being good enough. All of these are forms of attack. Because if the chosen one gives up on their own, the battle doesn't even need to be fought. But those who understand this game begin to react differently. Instead of retreating, they move forward. Instead of fearing difficulties, they use them as stepping stones. And this shift in mindset makes all the difference. When a chosen one becomes aware of this battle, they stop being a victim and transform into a warrior. Every difficulty is seen as training, every trial as a test to strengthen their power. But the question remains, is everyone ready for this war, or do some still believe it's all just coincidence? The chosen ones do not have the privilege of an easy life, but they do have the power to turn any challenge into growth. From an early age, they face pains that force them to mature quickly. While others enjoy a carefree childhood, they carry emotional responsibilities, traumas, and challenges that demand resilience. But it is precisely this resilience that sets them apart. Every blow they endure builds an invisible armor, making them stronger, wiser, and more prepared for the mission they carry. Early maturity does not happen by accident. It teaches lessons that most people only learn much later, if they ever learn at all. The chosen ones become keen observers of life, understanding nuances that escape the average eye. They perceive hidden intentions, sense energies upon entering a room, and instinctively know who is there to help or to hinder. This is because every pain they have experienced sharpens their perception and builds a powerful intuition. almost like a spiritual compass, pointing them in the right direction. And it is precisely this ability to see beyond that makes them natural leaders. Even without trying, they influence others because their strength becomes a reference point. People around them notice that they have survived storms, and that is inspiring. The chosen ones are not the ones who merely talk about overcoming challenges. They are the ones who live it every day. They are the ones who rise after brutal falls, showing through action what it truly means to be resilient. But here's an important detail. Resilience should not become mere passive endurance. It is not enough to just endure hardships. One must learn to use them as tools for growth. Many people spend their lives merely surviving, but the true chosen ones transform every pain into fuel for their mission. The question is, does everyone know how to access this power, or are some still trapped in a cycle of suffering without realizing what it really means? Even in the midst of the toughest battles, the chosen ones are never alone. There is a higher force that protects and guides them, even when everything seems lost. This spiritual connection is not blind faith, but a truth deeply felt by those who pay attention to the signs. How many times at the last moment has an unexpected way out appeared? How many times has the impossible become possible? These are not mere coincidences. They are evidence that divine protection is working silently. However, this protection does not operate automatically. It strengthens as the chosen ones connect to it. The more they cultivate their spirituality, the clearer the signs become, and the stronger their defenses grow against spiritual attacks. Prayer, meditation, connection with nature, each spiritual practice acts as an invisible armor that surrounds them. Many ignore this power and become vulnerable to external influences. But those who understand their mission know that spirituality is not an optional detail. It is a fundamental pillar of their strength. Beyond protection, this connection brings something even more valuable: direction. When spiritually aligned, the chosen ones receive subtle guidance that leads them exactly where they need to be. It can come as a strong intuition, a revealing dream, or even a series of events pushing them onto the right path. And the more they trust this guidance, the clearer their life's purpose becomes. Those who try to walk alone without this connection often feel lost and confused, unable to understand why things don't flow as they should. The real question is, are the chosen ones truly listening to this guidance, or are they too distracted by the chaos around them? Because having protection is useless if they don't know how to access it. And in a world full of noise and distractions, few realize that true strength comes from spiritual connection. But those who awaken to this truth become unshakable. Are they all ready for this transformation? For the chosen ones, pain is never just pain. It is transformation. What may seem like punishment to others is, for them, a process of spiritual refinement. Every hardship endured, every moment of solitude, every emotional wound serves to mold their strength and elevate their consciousness. Nothing happens in vain. The greatest changes in the lives of the chosen ones do not come from moments of comfort, but from crises that force them to grow. And the sooner they understand this, the sooner they stop resisting pain and start using it as a tool for evolution. It is in the darkest moments that the true essence of the chosen ones is revealed. When everything seems to be falling apart, when there is no apparent way out, when despair takes over, that is when transformation occurs. Have you noticed how the greatest awakenings often come after the deepest pains? How the worst phases of life are often the necessary push to change direction. Pain teaches, strengthens, and guides. But only those who can see beyond suffering know how to use it to their advantage. Isolation is also part of this process. Many chosen ones go through intense periods of solitude, feeling that no one truly understands them. This happens because, before guiding others, they must learn to stand on their own. It is during these times that they develop self-awareness, clarity, and spiritual connection. Those who try to escape this process end up falling into the same cycles of suffering. But those who embrace this time as a period of preparation emerge stronger than ever. The question remains, do all the chosen ones truly understand the real purpose of pain, or are they still trapped in the illusion that they suffer without reason? Because once this truth is understood, there is no turning back. Every fall becomes a launch pad, and every scar turns into a symbol of strength. The chosen ones are not here just to overcome challenges and grow individually. They have a direct impact on the lives of others. Their journey of pain, resilience, and awakening is not just about them, but about everyone who crosses their path. When a chosen one rises, they become a beacon for those still lost in the darkness. Their story, their strength, and their transformation inspire others to see beyond the limitations of their current reality. This is why many are placed in positions of leadership, even without seeking them. Often without even realizing it, the chosen ones influence those around them just by their presence. Their energy, words, and actions serve as triggers to awaken other souls. Have you noticed how some people feel more encouraged, more confident, or more motivated after just a simple conversation with you? This happens because the mission of the chosen ones is not just personal, it is collective. The world needs them to break patterns, open new paths, and reveal possibilities that others cannot yet see. But this impact cannot happen if the chosen one does not accept their responsibility. Many try to hide, dim their light, or force themselves to fit into molds that were never meant for them. The fear of being different or of standing out makes them shrink, but this only leads to frustration and a sense of emptiness. Those who are born to shine will never feel comfortable in the shadows. This is why embracing their mission is not just an act of courage, but a commitment to something far greater than themselves. The big question is, how many chosen ones truly understand that their growth is not just about them? Because when this truth is accepted, life changes completely. The chosen one stops fighting against their own nature and starts using their gift to transform the world around them. But are they all ready to take that step? Or are some still running from who they really are? Knowing that one is chosen is not enough. It requires action. Many spend their entire lives recognizing their uniqueness, feeling the weight of their mission, yet never taking the step needed to truly live it. The calling is always there, but not everyone has the courage to answer it. Fear, doubt, distractions, and even resistance from those around them can delay this full awakening. But the truth is, the longer the chosen ones postpone their mission, the heavier the weight of an unfulfilled purpose becomes. Living this truth requires total commitment. It's not just about thinking differently, it's about acting differently. It's about choosing paths that others avoid, making decisions that seem crazy to those who don't understand this journey. And above all, it's about not letting fear paralyze you. What distinguishes a chosen one who fulfills their destiny from one who gets lost along the way is precisely the ability to take action, even without having all the answers. Because the answers come along the journey, never before it begins. This call to action doesn't mean everything will be easy. On the contrary, the more aligned you are with your mission, the more challenges arise to test you. But those who remain firm realize that every obstacle is a step towards something greater. The universe doesn't choose the most prepared, it prepares the chosen ones. And this preparation happens in the midst of chaos, in the face of fear, and in the daily decision to keep going, even when everything seems uncertain. The big question is, how many chosen ones are truly willing to take the first step? Because knowing about the mission is one thing, but truly living it requires courage, action, and unshakable faith. Those who do not act remain stagnant, but those who decide to rise, transform their lives and impact the world. And the final question is, are you ready to answer your calling? Now that you understand why your life has always been different, there's only one question left. What will you do with this knowledge? Because knowing that you are chosen is not enough. You must act. You have gone through all of this for a reason, and now is the time to turn your pain into strength and your story into purpose. The world needs you awake, aware, and ready to fulfill your mission. Will you keep ignoring the signs, or will you finally embrace who you truly are? The truth is, many chosen ones never awaken. They spend their lives trapped in cycles of fear, doubt, and suffering, never realizing that all of it was just training. But now you know. Now you have no more excuses. So tell me in the comments, what was the biggest challenge you faced, and how did it shape you? Do you feel like you've always been destined for something greater? I want to read your story. And if this message resonated with you, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with someone who needs to hear this. Sometimes, a single word can be the spark that awakens another person. Oh, and before you go, make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications, because here I bring truths that no one else dares to say. See you in the next video.